I'm out doing a pest inspection in the garden, and I didn't film it yesterday, but I am seeing the signs of some borer eggs. So I wanted to show you guys what they look like. They're very small. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, come on. There we go. They look a little different from the squash beetle, squash bugs, because they're singular. However, they're usually up on the stems. This one happens to be on a flower. I've picked a couple off, but I wanted to show you guys that. I'm gonna see if I can find a few more. But yeah, I am inspecting for these. I usually will come out, I do this several times a week, if not daily around this time, and really just look around the plant, you know, looking at anything that looks like a little amber brown egg. Let's see what this is. Oh, it fell. No, I don't think that's an egg. It's not. But anyway, I just kind of look all around the plant, look in between the leaves. You look under the leaves for the squash bugs. That's where they lay their eggs. But the borers tend to put them more on the stems. And the reason for that is that it hatches, it goes down inside the plant, traveling down through the stem, and then it eats out the plant. I'm not seeing any over here, thankfully. But I did see some in the zucchini. I don't know if they prefer the zucchini. Make sure you also check the base of your plant. See that cluster of 3 eggs right there? They like to get down low if they can. I have seen them on top of the leaves. Most of the time they're on the stems or at the base though. And look at, same plant. This is just the other side. Yeah. Bad, bad, bad. I am now over on the larger plants, and that right there is one. If you find that you've got a lot of them, you can come out with some packing tape. I use packing tape quite a bit, but you also can just kind of gather them and just get them off your plants. I kind of throw them outside my raised bed. I don't think they can come back in. Oops, I don't know where that one went. That one dropped, but I think I see another one over here. It's on the flower, right there. I went and got some tape to show you guys what I do here. This way you don't accidentally drop them. I don't know that it matters because I don't know if they will make their way back to the plant. But anything that looks like it's possibly an egg, you can grab. Like that's not one. That's not one. I don't think that was one either. Sometimes they look like eggs and they're not. The color is very specific. The color is that amber brown color. So I'm not sure if you can see, but there was what looked like a little bit of like an amber juice. I was like, oh, that's probably a good sign that it's been punctured. So look underneath the plant. There's one there. Oh, and I need to catch him before he gets near my plant. Alright, so I was able to get him. It's probably really hard to see on this. But that is what a very, very baby one looks like. And unfortunately, I don't want him in my garden, so he's going to have to go away. But that spot that I was trying to show you, it looked like there was another one right there. He's on the outside of the plant, right where that, like, see him? That is our squash borer. He is trying to cut into my plant. And they go in and they eat and they get bigger and they kill your plants because they eat them out from the base. So even with prevention, these suckers, they get in there. So I can't believe that I found these this little. I don't know that I've ever found them this little. But they're not good. So I have removed the ones that I can see, and I'm just cutting into the plant just a little bit to make sure we've gotten them all. If you can catch them early enough, you can do this and then bury the stem. And I mean, I think we caught them trying to enter my plant, so I think we are far enough ahead that we got it. So I don't see any more there. That might even callus over the way that it is, and I may not need to cover that. That is what the frass looks like when they have bored into a leaf. It's very tiny. I just found another set of teeny weeny ones that I can't believe I found. You can see where this is where I have cut and found one already. One of the things that I have started doing is whenever I see leaves sort of dying off like that one there, that's where I come in and go, all right, what the heck is going on here? I look for frass. Sometimes I'll cut them off just to see what's going on. This one may not be. This one might just be one that died. It had a cut in it, but you can look inside. Sometimes you can see them that way. Sometimes you can actually see them. The sun will highlight the stem and you can see them inside the stem. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do some BT injections, which I'm not sure if I've talked about the injection part. I did some of that last year and it saved my plants. So it's I take and you put the BT in a little syringe and you can inject it into the plant so that when they go in there and they eat any of it, it really kills them. It's a natural bacteria. We've talked about it a few times on this channel. It is organic. It's not a pesticide. It's a bacteria. But see, look at here. See that? That right there is frass. See, there's a hole there. And I'm not even sure that that's the frass that I saw. There we go. That's the frass. That might be another egg right there too. Make sure we get that disposed of. See that dark spot in the base right there? I bet you, if we explore a little deeper, there he is. Now, a lot of times there's more than one. That is a squash borer. Here, there's some more frass. I probably will just cut that right off. Even though there's flowers on it, I'm cutting it off because I'd rather sacrifice a few flowers than sacrifice the plant to the borer. The borer will take them out in just a few days' time. I also just found this while I'm in here. That is our little enemy, the squash bug. The reason we know that, there's a cluster. They're the same color as the borer egg, but these are a little bit more football shaped, where the borer eggs are a little flatter. Either way, if you see either of these, you want them to be away from your garden. And we're gonna go check our handy dandy trap over here. There is one in there. See him? He's got a little bit of a red sort of a body. They look very much like a wasp when they're flying. People have asked on these traps about whether or not it catches pollinators. I have never had this catch a bee or a butterfly. It will catch little bitty flies that come in here to check this out, but I've never had it get the pollinators. I have gone ahead and made up some BT. It's the end of the day right now, so the sun is kind of going down. I also have a syringe here. I don't remember where I got this. I think I got this at Tractor Supply. You can get them, I think, over near the animal veterinary area. You know, it's just got a very, very fine tip, if that'll come into focus. And the reason I have this is once you get an infestation in your squash, you can inject the base of your squash with BT so that if they chew down in there, they eat that and then they die. So I will probably do a little bit of spraying this on the plants, even though we might get rain in a couple days. But because I already know that they're here, it's worth it to go ahead and just go ahead and spray them. So first, let's see if I can do this one-handed. Okay, just fill it on up. This here is one of the plants that we know we saw them in. So I'm gonna go right about where they were. And if it's an area where there's not as much give, it just means that's closer toward the base where it's a little bit solid. You can kind of squeeze it into some of the stems. Now, if you get it in the stems, they go a lot easier because they're hollow. So you don't need as much. Yeah, it's a little harder when the stem is pretty solid still. Do what you can and okay. So that's what I'm doing for each of these 4 big plants. I'm not doing this with the little plants. the little plants I'm gonna spray. Now the directions for making BT are on the container. I think I made it up just a couple weeks ago in one of my videos as well. Did I do that one? I don't remember if I did. But what I did was, I think just under a teaspoon for 25 ounces. So it was almost a full teaspoon, honestly. It's a lot easier in the stems. Now, is this foolproof? No. No, it's not. Depending on where they eat, if they get any of this, you know, there's a lot of factors, but this is just one more thing that we can at least try to keep these suckers from destroying everything. Nice thing about this is inside the plant, inside these hollow stems. So if it rains, this hopefully is not going to be impacted. Now we're gonna spray. It's got a nice mist, so it can get some good coverage. Get the base really, really well. This is safe for human consumption and animals, by the way. It will only affect caterpillars, so that's why it is safe to use. Trying to get it from all angles. I've got kind of a stream going now versus my mist. I don't know what happened. Oh, I guess I gotta go harder. Pull the trigger harder. Okay, I am also going to go around and do all of these little guys again, just out of a precaution. These guys are not getting injected because I haven't seen any here yet. It is day 2 since we did the BT in our squash, and I'm coming out to check everything. You can see behind me, they look really good. They're nice and full. They've still got life. You'll know you have a problem if they start looking a bit limp or they start looking like they're losing their life, and they could be in trouble. And this is only one way to tackle this. Now, there's a lot of people who would rather live with the critters and, you know, let them live their lives as well. I'm not there yet. Prior to this year, I had chickens, so I would feed everything to the chickens, so it felt a little more natural to me. This year, I don't have them. I am going to be adding them back at some point, but this is just how I've chosen to deal with this for the time being, because I'm farming on a very small scale. If you have a lot of land, you can just plant extra and live with the critters. I mean, they live, you live, everybody, there's plenty for everybody. I'm just working on a very, very small scale right now. So that's why I'm choosing to do things the way that I'm doing them currently. But I have also heard that you could plant a Hubbard squash on your property, and they're apparently more attracted to the Hubbard squash. You can plant some in another bed further away that maybe they'll get drawn to one or the other. There's a lot of different things you can try. I haven't done that yet, so maybe next year we'll give that a shot. But anyway, I hope everybody has good luck with their squash this year, and I hope you learned, I don't know, at least something from this video. It's always fun to do them, and I wish you all the best of luck. So I will talk to you next time. Bye.